Yo, what is up, guys? Shinobi here, back again with another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be reacting to some Star Wars here, and we're talking about the Clone Troopers in the 2003 version of the Star Wars: The Clone Wars series. If you haven't seen it already, I'll just leave this here just so you guys can take a look at it. Hey, perfect there. I'll just leave the link to this down there. But I definitely recommend it. But you guys already know what time it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, because these clones were definitely built different. And the clones were already built different as it was, but in this movie, they definitely were built different.
Clone Troopers. You're either a productive and valued member of society if you love these guys.
The Clone Troopers were the best thing to add into Star Wars outside of the Stormtroopers. Especially with the Clone Wars.
One way or another, you've definitely heard or seen.
You have probably seen at some point or another during your lifetime some clip of a Clone Trooper going absolutely ballistic and ore farming for real.
These dudes sometime during your lifetime.
Like there's no way you haven't.
This TV show is a certified hood classic. So much so to the point where I might just have to go back and start rewatching it for the one time. I'm just saying. In terms of the
absolute freaking cinema,
constantly had goated characters in the spotlight such as Captain Rex, Commander Cody, Fives, 9-9, Gregor, Echo, every other member of the Bad Batch, and so many more that will take way too long. Fives.
First of all, Fives and Rex are like the best of 501st. I don't care. Fives and Rex are the freaking goats. Also, ripped to heavy in the beginning too. Holy crap! The 501st probably got the best clones there outside of probably the Clone Troopers and with Commander Cody's squad. Like, not even joking.
Even remembers Heavy. Dude fulfilled his masculine urge to literally go out and
Heavy went out like a dog, bro.
It was badass.
It was freaking peak.
Using a CPU out of battle droids with
bro.
Hands, to troopers having a reaction speed
to
shoot
look at that, bro.
Missiles out of midair. Every single one of these guys
look at it,
that
bro.
Dog in them, bro. It's just the facts. But the clones in this show had to have copied a formula for the sauce from somewhere. Enter the 2003 edition of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh man,
made by the GOAT.
This the GOAT, bro.
Might not be canon to the Star Wars timeline.
It is canon to me. I think it's canon. They stood on business, bro. They stood on nothing. On business.
Like, this is crazy. But not as crazy as the fact that you haven't liked the video, checked out the second channel, or joined the Discord server yet. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing?
That's crazy.
Also, consider subscribing. This video makes you laugh or smile at all, but it's completely up to you. Anyway, though, I got some key examples of badass clone moments that I want to bring to your attention.
The Captain Frodo clip better be up in there. Yeah, I'm about to say, here we go.
For putting dudes in the past tense. But for now, let's talk about some.
Yes, sir. I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront too, so.
Wait, nobody? Really? Are you serious?
They're really about to show off the jousting scene.
Did. During the battle to secure the intergalactic banking clan on Munilist, separatist leaders started tweaking out over in their headquarters due to the encroaching army of the Republic. These bastards saw the clones marching forward while destroying everything in their path, and they just said,
the ARC troopers are freaking.
Their aura is just too strong.
Yeah, bro. They can't handle it.
Bigger men, bigger dicks. Well,
I don't know if they said that, but
we're finished.
I don't know if they said all that, but
as Dirge, one of these bald-headed nerds pointed his finger at bro, claiming he's just standing there and watching this all go down without doing anything, and he immediately got choked out. Like, yo, relax, buddy, chill out. Dirge then got on a hover bike with his army of big, tall black men. I'm
not gonna lie, the freaking animation when you see people die in this show, it's funny. So the ragdoll effects are crazy. Like, you feel the hits, bro.
IG Lancer droids and started erasing the incoming clones from existence, and it was bad.
Yeah,
so bad
they were cooking.
Where Obi-Wan Kenobi got involved.
Yeah, Obi-Wan, yeah, he had to lock in.
Wielding soldiers and began a jousting.
Like, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Oh my god.
The ragdoll effects.
The clones all had these long black lances in the tuck is crazy.
Everybody got one, bro.
The clones and the battle droids are going hit for hit on the battlefield right now. With
bro, this series would go crazy.
The dog shit out of each other. Oh
the Akira slide, man. The Akira slide, but the Akira slide with a lightsaber just looks so tough.
Just Dirge when he gets a phone call from whoa, buddy, slow down. I know you want me to introduce you just yet, but I can't do that right now. Just wait your turn. Obi-Wan really hit the meanest lick on Dirge and did the dash right after he bodied him. But we see that Dirge
Yeah, Dirge is
quite
freaking broken regeneration
no.
bullshit.
Don't worry, we're gonna be coming back to him later.
Dirge out here
But
freaking regeneration.
let's see. We witnessed clones going absolutely bonkers with Mace Windu on a planet Dantooine.
Bro, Mace Windu during this scene was just like, bro, why didn't they show any of this during the actual series? Is crazy, because the force powers they be showing throughout the main series of Star Wars, like the first 6 movies, are nothing compared to what they be showing in Clone Wars or even just this. Like, bro, they got Mace Windu in this scene throwing straight hands.
Bro, this bastard hooked the super battle droid with his rifle, put him on the ground while it locked its optics in the eyes of the unnamed trooper, and he just starts
blasting, bro. Starts blasting.
Super battle droids are built to be resilient and unrelenting death machines, but Jesus Christ, this was just too freaking cold. We also get to see platoons
Kid Fisto the GOAT.
scuba diving gear going.
They robbed him in the 3rd movie.
Mon Calamari with the Jedi known as Kit Fisto.
The goats.
Bro, I'm not lying when I say clone troopers were literally created for war, because we get to see a scuba trooper lighting up the underside of a droid subcarrier, and just look at this. He just opened fire in its asshole, bro. I know you are seeing this. The same thing happens to me after I eat anything from Chipotle, man.
Nah, bro, Taco Bell.
I also included these guys here because
they got cool armor.
On. These scuba troopers low-key got that shit on too.
They got some cool armor, I'm not gonna lie.
Speaking of fit checks, we also can't forget to mention that clones were seen holding down the front lines against the droid army while wearing battle-worn brown ponchos in the rain.
That's definitely Anakin's squad. Anakin's squad would be wearing some drip like that.
Their armor against the planet's, rainy environment, but they also wanted to show the audience that they can look badass while mowing down an enemy opposition. Crazy. Wait, what was that? Did somebody say they're attacking the Capitol? General Mother-Loving Grievous attempted...
This version of Grievous will always be the best version of Grievous. Compared to the Clone Wars version of him, this will always be the version that actually... This man was an absolute menace in this show.
Kidnap, wink wink, if you know you know, Chancellor Palpatine. Grievous pulled up to the planet of Coruscant and started ripping everyone apart like they were sheets of homework. The Chancellor... Oh, God. I hate this dude, by the way.
Yeah, everybody does, because he
walk into a bar, which turned out to be an elevator. They were trying to escape from Grievous, but the cyber demon was literally running down.
Yeah, now watch this shit. Watch this shit.
With everybody on the elevator. Oh, hell no, bro.
Nah, watch the clone, bro. Watch my boy stand on business.
I guess that clone trooper heard me tweak out just now, because just as Grievous was giving everybody psychological trauma, the only clone in sight started
standing on business, bro.
And shot it at his goddamn face.
On business.
This dude. Oh my God. General Kenobi, sir, is it time for me to make my grand appearance in the video yet? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Captain Fordo.
The goats.
Yep. It is time to talk about
these ARC troopers are freaking peak, bro.
2008, we had Captain Mother-Loving Fordo, bro. My guy was in 2003 putting numbers against
putting up prime freaking.
Look. So remember a few minutes earlier in the video when we saw the clones participating in a jousting match? Despite living in the age of laser-firing miniguns and super weapons capable of blowing up entire planets? Well, what if I told you that while that was going on, Fordo and his team were dispatched behind the scenes and they were getting down to business. Captain Fordo's objective was given to him by Obi-Wan, and it was to infiltrate and secure the intergalactic banking clan from the droid army. Once he and his team of ARC troopers took off in a gunship and veered towards the headquarters, however, a sneaky and conniving bastard of a droid ended up shooting Fordo's whip down with a rocket launcher. But wait, keep this. Notice how absolutely nobody
is phased.
Not even the pilot. It's
nobody is phased.
This was happening according to their plan, dog. I aspire to be able to keep my composure the same way in my life as these niggas are. Oh my God.
Nobody was phased.
Surveyed the scene, started lighting the city block up with laser fire, gave out orders to commit acts of terrorism against the attacking droids by packing them up with several rocket launchers. All of this while suffering only one casualty without muttering a single word. How cold can you be? Fordo and his crew of shooters got pulled up on
standing on business.
Tank, and once again, this legend, silently gave out an order for one of his troops to rappel down behind a tank. He climbed up aboard the friggin' thing.
Yep. Shot it down, bro.
Killing everything and escaping before the tank could blow
And
up.
it's just ore farming on it. He didn't even look, just like business.
That trooper had that tank looking like Broly when Goku bodied him, only using one punch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, let me calm down. Okay, the boys finally arrived at the Banking Clan's headquarters and started raw dogging these patrolling droid forces, man. It was
raw dogging is crazy work, bro.
The battle droid noticed a clone's grappling hook, but Fordo and his boys made a surprise.
Now watch this pull up.
Popped them like a quiz.
Watch this pull up. Dual wielding.
Got wasted. A nearby droid command tower got wasted. An artillery cannon in use by the leaders of the Banking Clan got wasted. Fordo emoted by twirling his pistol and proceeded
and
to
then hit this pose. Watch this. Hit this pose. You know you are freaking badass. When you and your boys out here got the picture, you know that you just telling the cameraman, be like, yo, look at this shit right here. Why is it yo, this man up in the back say, yo, you didn't get my good side, bro. You get the back of my armor, bro.
I am losing my mind over here, dog.
You can't tell me they wasn't ore farming, bro. And he's not lying about the fact that they didn't say anything. There's literally the whole entire portion was just them waving hand signs around and giving out orders. Not a word was spoken during that whole scene.
Clones going inside of the Banking Clan headquarters? Why, yes they are. And what better way to make an entrance other than using explosives to make a giant hole in the ceiling? Fordo and Obi-Wan were leading the charge and they went to work, sending every droid they came across to a Michael Jackson concert. But it was all fun and games until Dirge comes back.
Dirge is back.
Blood against Obi-Wan. And
run back the ones.
God, oh wait, no, he's getting bodied. Oh, dear God. Imagine making a dramatic...
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, that's the first time where you've seen a villain actually rush in with... You think the clones there would get bodied, because that's usually how it goes, to a degree. But that's like probably one of the few times where the clones actually, like, didn't get bodied as soon as the villain rushed in.
Entrance like this, just to get little bro by all your ops. Embarrassing.
I mean, he's gonna come back though.
This
dude
Dirge unleashed his true.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, he's gonna come back. Yeah.
And turn into a boss straight from Resident Evil. T-Virus who? I just know Dirge and William Birkin would be best friends, bro. This bastard looks nasty.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Dirge started going at it again, but this big-bodied, veiny-ass individual is nigh unstoppable. Like, bro is a Peter Griffin-sized menace because he ran over
dude is the Hulk, bro.
Gobbled him up from the front like he was lunch. Fordo was not playing with this freaky-ass dude Dirge, though. He for real looked death in the eyes and tasered bro, all before he and his squad of troopers got knocked down by that thing. All of a sudden, Dirge's body starts bulging out.
Yep, like because the goat hit him with the almighty push.
And we see that Obi-Wan exploded the monster from the inside out. Bro had the headquarters looking like the ingredients used in the chum bucket. That shit is nasty. Obi-Wan starts talking to Fordo, and I'm not gonna lie, taking this out of context for the jokes, Kenobi then says one of the freakiest lines I think I've heard in a long time.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Seems I've created quite the mess now, haven't I?
That's crazy work.
Ladies, gentlemen, humans of all races and ages, I need you guys to gather your friends, grab your weapons, and perfect your DPS rotations because we are about to run the fade with the raid boss known as General Grievous. Captain Fordo and his unit of YNs loaded up and took off in a gunship to rescue a group of Jedi getting reverse jumped by Grievous himself. His victims released...
Once again, this moment right here, bro, like he took on Kiadi Muni, Ayla Sakura, Shakti, and whoever the other two random dudes were, and bodied everybody. Now you compare that to the Grievous that we've seen in the Clone Wars, where he's getting his ass handed to him damn near 9 times out of 10, except for a few occasions. This Grievous was built different.
Speaking inside of a crashed ship, which was surrounded on all sides by hordes, and I mean hordes, of super battle droids. I wanted to make a casting couch joke here, but goodness gracious, the ratio of the droids to the ship is like 2001. It just wouldn't fit. Luckily though, Fordo's gunship was not only equipped with a built-in jamming signal that prevented him from being noticed by all the droids, but it released dozens of remote detonated grenades that would 100% come in handy later. Just trust me on this one. But as the droids took notice of the grenades that just landed beside them,
Yeah,
the
they just
gunship
looked
landed
at it and started
destination.
shooting.
All the men on board got straight to business. Fordo and his squad posed for the camera as he gave out orders to rescue the injured Jedi. And as they departed on their mission, you see more troopers jumping out of the gunship carrying some huge...
They're packed, bro. They were
One of
packing
those clones walked off
everything.
with a freaking Drake-sized minigun and posed for the audience while another loads up a ginormous chest-mounted quad-barreled cannon. Oh, you can just smell the testosterone in the air, bro.
Bro, this man, this is the glaze. The glaze is this is a little bit too much glaze.
Incoming droids while he and his team finally arrived to see that Grievous was about to send a cone-headed Jedi known as Ki-Adi-Mundi to a Pop Smoke concert. And then all of the clones just started unloading the
whole thing, bro.
Were everywhere. Gunfire? Yes. Explosions?
Crazy thing is, they didn't even know if he was still sitting there. They basically just said anything in that direction, take it out.
He managed to dodge all the clones' gunfire and start slaughtering them, man. Not my goats. Fordo's gunship arrives on the scene for backup, and dog, this next sequence was so cold. Grievous just stares down a pilot of the gunship, and it was terrifying. You can hear Zoe sleeping in the background. That's funny. But I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Just imagine seeing a deer in your headlights, except that deer is staring right into your soul with murderous intent in its eyes.
I would start shooting. I'm starting shooting. Like, why are we standing there?
To make a grown man shit himself. I'm just being honest, like, this is crazy. Fordo's whip starts blasting at Grievous, and its firepower is enough to push his cyber demon away. So, you already know Fordo used this moment to his advantage and ordered his men to retreat, but Ki-Adi-Mundi was still about that action.
Yeah, Ki-Adi-Mundi wanted to run smoke. He would have died there.
A Jedi.
He would have died there.
It is over. You're done. Your bitch ass couldn't kill him, so what makes you think we can? We gotta run. So, as they dip out, Fordo then detonates all of the explosives from earlier and clears a path so everyone on board the ship can eventually make their way back to the capital. Wait, you mean the same capital that got attacked earlier in the video? Oh my god. So yeah, back to that. During the Battle of Coruscant, Fordo and his battalion of troops in Phase 2 armor were being overrun by the endless swarm of the droid army. Our commander, along with several of his brothers, were trying to hold...
Can we just talk about how every single time this man gets a new fit, it's just clean as hell?
At the front lines when he saw that his squad was being picked off one by vicious super battle droids who were closing in on his location. As they're doing this, Fordo is on comms relaying the fact that they're losing ground. So any normal person would, I don't know, immediately retreat and start running for their lives if they were placed in an obvious life-threatening situation like this. But Captain Fordo, though, he said, nah, taking cover is for pussies. He sends one droid in a spectator mode using his rifle.
Yep.
He slams
the cameraman, the camera, he basically said, yo, cameraman, watch this shit real quick. Decimates the second one, throws his rifle,
another droid to stun it, allowing him enough time to
pull out the pistol, blast him,
picks up
the gun,
while shooting his pistol
and just clears the whole road.
Activates his ultimate ability and starts
clearing down the whole row.
With two different weapons in each hand. Does bro think he's Salvador from Borderlands?
The whole row, bro. He's just holding it down.
Remember when I used to make Borderlands vids back on this channel? You know, back in the day, that was a nice little throwback. You should check them out if you want to watch younger me play some games or something. But that's really all we see of the clone troopers from here on out in terms of like action scenes or whatever. I might have missed one or two. It's only natural.
I mean, he pretty much got all the good ones. He pretty much got all the good ones. As far as this movie, the only one he missed was the one where the clones basically abandoned their ship because the Battle of Coruscant was taking place in space with a bunch of ships. The only one he missed was the one where the battle droids were taking out their ship. So what they had to do was abandon their own ship and hijack another one. That was the only moment he missed. Outside of that, he pretty much got it all.
If I miss a scene that you end up liking. Moral of the story is, though, go check out both of the Clone Wars series.
Yeah, 2003 is crazy.
Like that, you're still more than likely going to find them an enjoyable watch because both shows are fire. The characters, fire. The clones, especially,
bro, Darth Maul,
as hell.
Them bringing back Darth Maul and expanding on all the story that happened between 2 and 3 was the best decision they ever made.
Ladies, gentlemen, humans of all races and ages, thank you for watching this video. Fun fact, I had this video recorded for a while, but then I got a new mic, so I decided to just, re-record this one and see how it does. And I actually kind of like this mic, man. It's great. But anyway, I love you guys. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video whenever that one drops. But in the meantime, deuces.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's pretty much gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like out here. Awesome video. I think he went over pretty much everything. So yeah, no, the clones though, like once again, I definitely recommend watching the battle, like the Battle Coruscant from the 2003 series. Absolute peak fiction, and let alone the rest of it, man. Let alone the rest of it. But yeah, no, I think he did a pretty good job. I like the editing and all that he did. So not too bad, not too bad. But without further ado, Shinobi sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.